I've played Mario games for basically my whole life, but there was one Mario series I could never really get into, and that was Mario Party, and more specifically the board games. I don't know what it is about them, but I could just never win, and when I did, it was either from bonus stars, or just because I had it set to easy CPU. So in today's video, I'm going to prove that I'm actually good at Mario Party by coming first on at least one board game out of 3 Mario Parties for the Switch, with the CPU set to master. I started off by picking the hardest CPU, and then chose the board Whomp's Domino Ruins. The turn order was decided, and it ended up being Bowser Jr., Rosalina, me, and then finally Hammer Bro. On my first turn, I had no other option other than rolling a normal dice, so I ended up rolling the 4, which caused the Whomps to move, making it so I have to pay a toll to go forward or to take the second turn left. First up was this minigame, and somehow, without paying any attention at all, I got the first 2 right, even with Bowser Jr. trying to push me off. Then I remembered there were special dice, but rolled a 0 and lost 2 coins, causing the Whomps to move back to where they were. Then Hammer Bro collected 3 coins, breaking the first place tie that was between everybody else except for me. Then I got a golden mushroom and paid 5 coins to be carried to a random player, who ended up being Rosalina. And in the same turn, Bowser Jr. rolled a 9, bringing him all the way up to the star and putting him in first place. I collected some easy coins and then started dancing, even though I collected the least out of everyone. And for the 5th minigame, I just generally did not pay any attention to what I was meant to do, and it did not go well. Turn 5, Rosalina rolls a 4, her ally rolls a 2, then she gets a 5 from the golden mushroom, which brings her up to Lakitu, where she steals a star from Bowser Jr., bringing him from 1st place down to 4th place. Which was good for me because I was finally not in last place. I then land on a versus space and decide to wager 25 coins, even though I definitely do not have enough for that. We had to press the button when we felt the strongest rumble, which I thought would be easy, but apparently it was not. Bowser Jr. rolled a 7, bringing him up to the star, but he didn't have enough and had to go along and just bought a golden mushroom instead. After the minigame, Rosalina got the star instead, putting her even farther in first and leaving me, Bowser Jr. and Hammer Bro in the back without any stars. Hammer Bro tried to make a comeback, but then this absolutely tragic thing happened to him. I actually feel bad. In this minigame here, I tried to go for as many goals as possible, but I was too greedy and ended up coming 3rd. And at this point I realised I was not going to win this board game unless the bonus stars were in my favour. Bowser Jr. stole the star that should have been Hammer Bros, and then of course decided to steal some coins from me, who literally had the least coins, leaving me with an amazing total of 0 stars and 0 coins. This game is actually rigged. There is such a missed opportunity here. Instead of throwing bombs, it would make way more sense if you threw spike balls. Spike is literally there, he could just puke them up. It would make way more sense. Also, I won. It was the halfway point of the first board game, and it was time for the predictions. And out of all the players who had stars, lots of coins, they chose me, who didn't even have a star and barely enough to even buy one. So they gave me an ally phone, which just made me feel like they felt bad for me. And since it was the halfway point, blue spaces now gave you 6 coins and red ones lost you 6 coins. I called my ally in straight away and it ended up being Luigi. We got a combined total of 8 on the dice and I finally got my first star. And it was looking like maybe there was a chance. Nothing interesting really happened over the next few turns, except for Bowser Jr. choosing to use a golden mushroom instead of a golden pipe on the final turn for some reason. But then Rosalina, who already had 2 stars, stole a star from Bowser Jr. with Lakitu, ending all hope of me making a comeback. Because even if I got all the bonus stars, she'd still be ahead of me with coins. And in the end, Rosalina did end up winning, but there were still 2 more board games for me to make a comeback on. To start off Mario Party Superstars, I rolled a 3 and landed straight on an event space and lost 9 coins. What a great way to start. I then rolled a 10 and landed on another event space, but I didn't have enough coins to place down a piranha plant, and even if I did, I probably would have saved up for a star instead. In this minigame we had to score 10 free throws on Peach, but right at the end, she clutched up and somehow she won when we only needed 1 more free kick. Donkey Kong used his mushroom and then rolled a 9, giving him 14, bringing him far enough to get the first star of the game.
You got a star.
I practiced this minigame about 10 or 15 times, winning 0 games in total, and when it came to the final one, this happened.
Start.
Yoshi then rolled a 7, getting into the star, leaving me and Peach to be the only ones without a star.
You got a star.
In this minigame, we had to deliver letters to the Shy Guy, and I'm not joking, but I think this is the first free-for-all minigame where I actually came first place. And just like that, we were already down to the last 5 turns, with Yoshi in first, Donkey Kong in second, me in third, and Peach in fourth. And out of all 4 players, they predicted that I would win again. Did they not learn from their mistakes? Also, my Joy-Con disconnected for this minigame, so that was kind of funny. But don't worry, I only lost by a small bit.
Finish.
On turn 6, I finally got my first star, and for the first time, I was in the lead.
Finish.
Also, Peach got a star literally the next turn, and put me in third place. On turn 8, I used my triple dice block because I was only 16 from the star, but after talking to Goomba, I didn't realise there were 2 paths, and took the wrong path, and ended up on the complete wrong side of the board. So I just took my anger out on the other players in this minigame, because if I had got that star, I would have been in first. On the second last turn, Donkey Kong got another star, and then straight after that, Yoshi got a star as well. In this minigame here, Yoshi avoided me for way too long, and in the end I lost, just like how I also lost this minigame here, and the entire board game. And even though I've lost 2 board games, there was still a chance for me to redeem myself in Mario Party Jamboree. But there's one problem. I have never played Mario Party Jamboree before. I had this game a couple of hours when I recorded this. And although Mario Party games are pretty similar, it was definitely the worst one to leave till last. The turn order was decided and I rolled a 7, making Mario player 1, me player 2, Bowser Jr. player 3, and Bowser player 4. We started off with this simple minigame here where we have to hold up the same card, and we were both basically neck and neck. And Bowser and Mario did win, giving Mario enough coins to buy a star on the second turn.
You got a star.
I then used my 10 coin steal trap, which basically makes it so if a player lands in it, I can steal 10 coins from them. Bowser then got to the star but had to pass it because he couldn't afford it, and then walked by the volcano, causing it to explode. And I've just talked about 2 full board games this video, so it must be getting pretty boring, so let's quick fire it for the next few minigames. Mario won this Indiana Jones style minigame. This minigame here was really fun, and in the end, me and Bowser Jr. both tied in first. And at some point between those 2 minigames, Yoshi came in as an ally, and we had to complete this minigame here to win him over to our side. I'm up in the top right, and was in last for most of the race, but then Bowser Jr. made a mistake, and I made a slight comeback, but in the end, it did not work out, and Mario got Yoshi. Bowser Jr. bought a chomp call at the shop, which allows him to move stars, and then also in the same turn he bought a star. In this minigame here, we each either controlled a direction or had a button. I was controlling left and right, Bowser Jr. was up and down, and Mario lowered the cage to try and catch Bowser, which we done pretty easily on the second cage drop.
Finish.
At the halfway point, one event was chosen at random to happen, and it turned out to be every player receiving a double dice. Mario stole 17 coins from Bowser Jr., but since he had an ally, he got to steal some coins from somebody else as well, and he decided to steal some coins from me. So I made it to another boost space and stole some coins from Mario to get my revenge. Even though I did only steal 8 coins, meaning he still profited 5 coins from the boo. Bowser Jr. made it up to the star, but just like last time, he didn't have enough to afford it, but then when he left the star, he grabbed a golden Goomba which came from the volcano explosion, giving him enough coins to buy a star, but putting him 40 spaces away from one. Then the volcano exploded again, and the exact same thing that happened to Bowser Jr. happened to me. We played an item minigame where I lost really badly, and then I used a golden pipe that I got in the shop to finally get my first star.
You got a star.
In this minigame, we had to pick the right key for each door, but only 3 of the keys actually work, and each key only works for 1 door. But then somehow, Bowser just instantly knew which key to use. Then I quickly finished off the final minigame, which was a 1v3. and I thought I still had a chance of winning because of bonus stars, but then I remembered Mario was 2 away from the star, and that's when I realized I'm gonna fail this challenge. Unless I got both of the bonus stars, I was 100% gonna lose this, so I waited for the announcement and held my breath.
Congratulations!
So Mario did win, and although I did fail every single board game, at least I got to go back and play some of my favourite Mario games that I haven't played in a long time, and also play a new one for the first time. And also, my New Year special just came out, which basically explains the history of my channel and why I created it. So if you want to go watch that, it'll be in the end card of this video, and trust me, it's a lot more interesting than you might think. But anyways, thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.